Alright, so we're out here doing what I call the first installment of man lessons with yours truly. Alright, so today we're going to be doing the rear brakes on a 1996 Jeep Grand Cherokee. We'll see how this goes. Here's the vehicle right here for those of you that are wondering what one looks like. That's it. It's classic beater. Those of us with lots of kids and not a lot of money get an old beater like this, and it keeps us working quite a bit. So next I'll show you the tools we got to work with. I got a shitload of screwdrivers and sockets, some stuff I probably don't need. You need this here, I'll point my boot. You need a couple of C-clamps, or at least one that's big enough to do it. Got this pry bar, little hammer, and big hammer. Big hammer always comes in handy when you need stuff to do stuff. It ain't working very smoothly, you just beat it with that. And then I got this jack right here, way bigger than I need. A couple of jack stands, gloves. There's the parts I'll be using. Some brake clean right there, along with some pads. I went ahead and bought these emergency brake, parking brake shoes in case I need them. But that's about it in terms of tools and parts. And we're going to go ahead and jack this vehicle up. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, so I'm back. One thing I forgot to mention, for those of you that aren't thinking about all the steps, go ahead and break your lug nuts first before you jack it up. So I'm going to do that. Just wanted to make sure I got that important safety message out. You don't want to be cranking on the lug nuts with the car jacked up, because it could fall off the jacks and that'd be a bad day. I'll be back in another minute. Alright, for those of you that were wondering what this big long wrench was laying on the ground, there's a shot of it right there. That's going to be the bad boy that's going to break these lug nuts pretty easy. On these old cars, you know, they rust and get on there pretty tight, so this will make the job a lot easier. Alright, so here we are, get ready to break these bolts. See how easy that is? It's probably too easy. Actually, I had this thing apart the other day, and that one probably wasn't tightened up properly, but pretty easy to do with my big long cheater pipe here to knock this out really quick. Alright, we're back here at the passenger side rear brake. We got the vehicle jacked up. We have the the wheel that's off, and now we're fixing to take the pads off. So first thing you're going to need here is a 13mm socket. Looks like this. I got a little adapter on there, not sure why. Just kind of makes things easier. Make sure it's probably on tighten from your last job, so move it to loosen, and we'll see if this breaks pretty easily. Looks like it's not gonna break easily, so I'm gonna put the camera down so y'all don't start having seizures, because I'm moving around a ton. So just 1 second, I'll break these and show you where they're at. Alright, so we broke the two bolts that are on the caliper. That's all you got to do to get it off. I'll try to show you what they are, where they are right here. So you got this one right here, and then down underneath you got this one right here. So I've already broken them. It would have been really cool if they were finger tight. Might take me a little bit here. Again, sorry for bouncing around. There's some smart folks out there that have this stuff figured out, how they can take a video without giving the audience seizures from the moving around so much. I'm not really on that level. So you just pop this bolt out right here and set it aside. Try not to lose it. That would suck really bad. That's not finger tight. I'll go ahead and try to loosen it some more here. Maybe I can get it with my fingers now. There we go. And as you can see, the second bolt looks just like the first bolt, which is really cool. Some of the cars you'll find that they have two different size bolts, and by the time you get through all the nightmare of doing all this stuff, you forget which bolt was upper, which bolt was lower. Alright, so now the caliper is going to come off. Lots of times they're rusted on here. You see this rust up here. Sometimes that can form a little lip and make it hard to get the caliper off the rotor. So I showed you earlier my assortment of screwdrivers. So I'm going to take this one, which is the perfect size. We're going to come back over here and we're going to break this caliper off. You can just kind of slide it right down here between the pads like so and try to pop it off, and it should come. Let me double check that the emergency brake's not on, so stand by. Alright, so got the screwdriver in there. Just going to try to bang this off. You can see the caliper's coming, but the pad is wanting to remove itself or stay in there. So we're going to continue to bang on it here and see if we can't get this puppy out. So I'll come back to you when I got it on. Alright, so we got it off. Just took a little bit of beating. Again, that's why we got the big hammer. Gets all things done that you need to get done. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave the inner pad inside the caliper, because what we have to do is push this piston in to accommodate for the larger pad size. So we're going to leave this in here. I'm going to get my clamp and I'm going to squeeze this tight to close this piston here, and that'll be flush back here with this. So I'm going to do that real quick. I'm not going to show it because it'll just be too hard to do. So stand by again. Alright, so I lied. I'm just going to go ahead and show you here real quick. I'll try to zoom in. I've got this clamp on there, and you should see that pad now is flush with the caliper where that piston comes out of. You just see I put this wooden, not wooden, but a clamp for woodworking, because my C-clamp's not. Alright, so I ran out of batteries for the first installment of Man Lessons with yours truly. And so as you can see right here, we successfully completed the brakes on the 1996 Jeep Grand Cherokee. The wheels are back on. There's a couple shiny parts under there, and everything's put back together, been test driven, so it's all good. So that concludes Man Lesson number 1 with yours truly. Stay tuned for the next episode. If you like my video, tell me you liked it.